Good morning, and look what I found in my closet, my summer recharge shirt. My administration actually gave this to me a couple of summers ago, and I'm going to wear this on today and strut around my school so my parents can see that it's almost time for them to get their kiddos back full time. Yes, school is almost out and summertime is almost here. Tag parents, you're it. I am headed to work right now. It is a nice, beautiful, bright Tuesday morning. When I got back to work on yesterday, my students were like, "Oh my gosh, I missed you so much. Where were you?" And I said, "Yes, I had to be out," and I got many hugs, many more flowers. But my parents, the parents of my students were like, "Oh my gosh, is everything okay? Where were you?" My son or daughter, they were crying and so upset that you weren't there. And I was like, I missed him too as well. So yeah, but today is a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm heading into work now, and I've got 2 more weeks until school is out. Well, it's the end of my workday, and actually I'm going to spend a couple of minutes, maybe about a half an hour, maybe to 45 minutes, starting to take down some things in my classroom. This bulletin board right here is my student work. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to leave the sides up, meaning I'm going to leave the yellow paper and the borders up, but I'm going to start taking things down in my classroom. I also am going to be taking some things off of my word wall as well. So today is hump day. It's a Wednesday, but it's going to be my official start of my takedown. Taking down the items that are in my room. Y'all, when you see how my room looks, once everything that I have placed up on the walls is down, it's going to be like, what? That room has been transformed. You have transformed that room into a nice space. So I'm going to start my takedown now. And just like that, my student work is down. Those bulletin boards, this bulletin board and the other bulletin board are now free of work. And so now at the end of the year, what I can do is I can take like a garbage bag or a cloth or something to drape over it to try to preserve these bulletin boards, because it is a lot of work to try to put those up in the beginning of the year. It's kind of tedious. And so anything that I can like keep, salvage, and use the next year, then I'll go ahead and do that. So those 2 bulletin boards are down. I'm going to go ahead and take down my word wall as well. So this is my wonder wall, and my students will write a question down, something that they want to know the answer to, just depending on whatever the topic is that we're talking about. And they'll write down their question, and I'll put it up on the wall. And then every day what I do is I'll take the question down, and I'll read to the class, and we'll answer that question. So this is my wonder wall. So now, honestly, I haven't changed this wonder wall since December. So that is, I use it as a teaching tool, but I haven't used it since December, so that's shame on me. But let me tell you some of the questions that my students asked. They were wondering some of these questions in December. So, it was around the holiday time. What month is Thanksgiving? Is Christmas every year? Is Santa Claus real? Some of them said, why do we give presents for Christmas? When did Thanksgiving start? So these are questions that they wonder about, and then we go ahead and answer these questions. So I'm going to take down my wonder wall. Now this is my word wall. My word wall, usually in kindergarten, at least in my school, I have to have a word wall up, but as you can see, there are no words under the word wall. I think on next year, I'm going to have to think about how I'm going to use this as a teaching tool, as well as a place to teach and to remind students about the words that we learn. As you can see, I use this. This is my whiteboard, and I pretty much use my whiteboard as my word wall. I use that to house my word wall, my whiteboard, as well as to teach students from that whiteboard. But they want us to have a designated area for the word wall. So this is my kind of like designated area. They want us to have it separate from my whiteboard. So I don't know if you guys have any ideas of how I can utilize the spaces that I have on either side of my whiteboard as a word wall, opposed to having it on my whiteboard. Just let me know. So if I pan back a little bit, you'll see that this is my word wall over here. That's one half of it. And then this is the other half of it over there. And so essentially what I've got going on is, instead of me using the word walls to hold my words, I use my whiteboard. And I really have been thinking about like how I can change that. Now, I like to use my whiteboard as my word wall, because it's like interactive. As you can imagine, I can erase, I can add words, I can shift words around, I can kind of manipulate the words a little bit differently. So I'm going to think about that, because really that in my classroom is a lot of just kind of like dead space. So I'm going to kind of think about how I can utilize that space a little differently on next year. And speaking of word wall, y'all look at all of these words. Our latest words are saw, were, and come. But look at all of these words that my kiddos have learned this school year. It's not limited to just these words. I mean, obviously they've learned other words, but these are the mandatory sight words that kiddos need to learn. And we're still not done, because next week they still will be learning new sight words. But look at all those words. My students really know these words. They know how to read them, identify them, to write them in a sentence. They know how to spell them. They know how to, some of them, the ones that if they don't know, they know how to sound out. So some of them they try to sound out if they can't remember them. But we have come a long way from the beginning of the school year up until right now. Look at all of these words that these kiddos know. And yes, I think I had a subscriber that asked me about these words. Some of these words, they need to learn and master in first grade. So they already will go into first grade knowing a lot of their high frequency words. So they have really come a long way. I mean, from the beginning of school, when school first started, up until now. I think I said then that they were going to start off with a couple of words and the whole board was going to be full. They still are going to be learning some new words, some new sight words on next week. I think the last week of school is the only week that we won't introduce any new sight words. So even next week, which is the second to the last week of school, they're still going to be learning more new sight words. So yeah, they've come a long way. I'm just dropping stuff everywhere.
You must do the same or you're not in it. 넌 모든 걸 다 내게 줬단 듯이 Get up on it and do. Get up on it and do. My channel's thriving on it. Don't see the online. Get a little grip of my yeah.
I also had a subscriber who suggested that I give you guys a classroom tour, a tour of my entire classroom. And I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that a little bit later on, maybe next week or just before the school year ends. The reason I was holding off is because I had a lot of student information up, and I just really wanted to kind of protect my students, names and their information. Even though I talk about them, I still definitely didn't want to kind of just show some of their information. So that's the only reason why I've been hesitant and haven't done that classroom tour yet. But as I take things down off of my walls, then I think I'll be able to kind of go through my classroom and to show you what each and every area of my classroom is. Let me know if that's something that you would be interested in, if you would be interested in seeing how my classroom has been set up, the different zones and everything. Let me know. Leave a comment to let me know yay or nay, and I'll definitely show you that before the school year ends. So that's all the takedown that I'm going to do today. Each and every day I'm going to do just a little bit of takedown so that when the end of school comes, it won't be like a mad dash to get everything down. I'll just do it kind of step by step. Also, I'm going to have the students help me take their name tags off of their desk. Some of them, their name tags are just tattered and worn. I mean, they should have been thrown away a long time ago, but these kiddos, I don't know, they get attached to their name tags each year. And so I didn't throw them away, but I'm going to have them actually take it up off of their desk and throw it away on tomorrow. So they'll help me with that process. And every day I'm going to do a takedown. I'm going to do this takedown behind me right here. I'm going to do that takedown this week as well. So all of my bulletin boards will be down. And y'all, before I go, I'm going to go ahead and wipe down these desks. Look how disgusting these desks are. I can choose any one of these desks in this classroom and the desks are going to look like this. It's going to be dirty. I tell my students, do not put any food on this desk. Do not eat off of the desk. Why? Because the desk is disgusting. I try to wipe their desks down like every other day at least. But even in doing so, wiping it down with something like antibacterial, it gets this black and this dirty. I know, yuck. These kiddos are kids, so they're going to be touching and licking and doing all kinds of things with their hands and with their mouths. I know. But yeah, I try to keep, just things down, try to suppress any type of bacteria growing or things being spread in the classroom by wiping their desk. And yeah, every other day, this is what I get. Ew. Today, I'm tackling the big bulletin board, the one that I was kind of dreading. I didn't really want to tackle it just yet because it had a lot of little pieces on it. But yeah, I actually stapled some things to the bulletin board, and then I also used some thumbtacks. So the thumbtacks kind of come off easily, but the items that I stapled to the board, I'm kind of dreading and trying to figure out how I'm going to successfully remove the items from the bulletin board without damaging them. So I was kind of dreading it. I was troubleshooting it, but I think I have a great idea to how I'm going to solve this problem.
Get up on it and do. Get up on it and do. My channel's thriving on it. Don't see the online. Get a little bit of my yeah. Get a little bit of my ooh. I'm shining without you. So bright, baby, so bright.
I decided to go ahead and take down the black paper that was holding up my word wall. I was trying to really wait until later to take it down, but I was like, might as well just take it down now. I'm still going through, looking around my room to see what I can easily take down, really just to make my life easier when my official takedown needs to be done. I'm trying to figure out how to get the name tags off of this desk. It came with like adhesive and to stick to the desk, and I'm having a hard time figuring out how to get it off. I have some hand sanitizer, I have like a cleaning cloth, and I have my handy tool. So I'm gonna try this combination. On some of my other desks, I had a different type of name tag on my other desks, and they weren't laminated on the back. I kind of just stuck them to the desk with tape, but this particular style here is proving very difficult to get off. So it may take me a couple of days. Maybe I think I have like about 7 desks that have this type of, 8 desks actually that have this type of name tag adhesive that has this adhesive type of name tag. So I think I'm just gonna really do one desk a day. If I do one desk a day, then I think I'll be able to just not drive myself crazy and be able to successfully remove all of this off of the desk. So I'm gonna try this one on today. So all in all, it took me 10 minutes to do that one desk. Oh my gosh, I've got 7 more to do. Yeah, I figure if I do one a day, I think I'll be okay. But I'm also going to get a scraper. At home, I think I have that tool where you just kind of has that flat surface and you can just kind of scrape. I think that will do it, because I think if I kind of get up under it and do one big scrape, it should be maybe only about 10 scrapes that I need to get it all up. And the hand sanitizer, it did help. So I think that's how I'm going to tackle these desks, the rest of these desks, to at least cut the time in half from like 10 minutes to at least 5 minutes. Really, I was like hoping I'd have like 3 minutes per desk, but 5 is better than 10. So I'm going to bring my scraper in from home, that tool, and then use that on the desks and see if that speeds up the time. So yeah, all in all, my plan is to every day to take down a little bit in my classroom, so that when my official takedown week starts, I will have like minimal to take down. Because what happens is when you start taking down, it just doesn't seem like a lot, but it ends up being a lot. Inevitably, it ends up being a lot of work, and you kind of like underestimate the amount of work that it takes to get things down. So every day, if I spend about half an hour, 40 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour after work, just on takedown, then when the takedown day officially comes, then I'll be able to really be done and just wrap things up. So if you like my video, please subscribe. Please leave your comments. I love it when we chat and we talk about and share different things. Also, share this video with friends if you like this content in my videos as well. And hit the thumbs up button and give it a like. Yep, that's it for me for this week. And I'll see you on the next one. And this is Shay with the Learning Project. School's almost out.